Let's go!
I retweeted this, which is pretty insane. Ed Boon, of all people, puts up a message. The best way to bring back Killer Instinct. I said a full price big game, even though I would be cool with this one, but it's crazy that free to play all systems and 70 full game all systems are the two most popular ones. I think either one's fine. Still, that's weird. Ed, why are you talking about KI? I mean, granted, I would not mind a free to play KI. I would not mind a full price KI. Killer Instinct coming back in general, sure. NRS working on it, that's certainly a twist, dude. They should do it like Granblue does. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but Granblue got the idea from KI. KI started doing the same thing 7 years before. Like, I'm only 10% want Xbox only. People want to play KI on other systems. Even KI fans don't want it to be only on Xbox, dude. The only situation where this makes any logical sense to me, because this is a weird thing to tweet, Ed. Just gonna throw it out there. If Microsoft wanted to go out and make like a new big KI, I think it'd be really unfortunate if Iron Galaxy wasn't involved, because they get it gameplay-wise, right? They just need more budget. They made the game look as good as it possibly could, and to be completely honest, KI is still a decent looking game. In some stages, dude, it's like, shit, bro, how many generations old is this shit? Wow. I still think it's a logical answer that Killer Instinct, from a Microsoft perspective, not for like the previous KI devs, they go out and they would get like, so what's the next big developer that's for this, that speaks English and makes functional games? Yeah, here's the thing. Killer Instinct, at least KI 1 and 2, their gameplay influences were Capcom and SNK, specifically. They weren't meant to be played like NRS games or old school Mortal Kombat. They did not feel like that. Their button scheme was literally Capcom games. What if new KI has future whatever is being made in some way? Killer Instinct, gameplay-wise, is an absolute stew of gameplay mechanics from other games. KI 2 was the exact same way. KI 1 was the same shit. And admittedly so, the people that made the gameplay of those games went on record talking about their gameplay inspirations, and it was literally Capcom and SNK games for KI 1 and 2. And then what is the difference between that and the latest KI? It was still Capcom games. It was a lot of Third Strike and Street Fighter 4 influence were KI 2013, and a whole bunch of Guilty Gear and Darkstalkers influence that went into the Iron Galaxy versions, and Marvel vs. Capcom. So it's like, I think the issue is this would not have to play like a Mortal Kombat. It would have to play like a loose and fast Killer Instinct game, because that's the way KI games have always been. What's the ideal NRS KI though, MKX? No, none of them. Having NRS make a Mortal Kombat means they have to make the game functionally feel different. They cannot have a game feel the exact same as their usual stuff, because Mortal Kombat games feel a certain way pretty much by design. For those of you that have not played Mortal Kombat games, they have a very specific way and feel and how they do things. It takes a little while to get used to because it is so much different than the traditional fighting games. I'm just saying that would loosen up the restrictions that NetherRealm has as a studio. The only reason I'm concerned is that there's another game that they made and it feels kind of Mortal Kombat-ish, and that's Injustice. Injustice kind of had a problem where it carried a lot of similar mechanics and function from previous MKs, and it just did those things. It was extremely DNA coded to the other games they had made at the time, but it's been a long time. It's been almost like 10 years since they made an Injustice game. All I gotta say is that I just want Killer Instinct to exist in some way. I'm not against NetherRealm being the ones to make it. I want Iron Galaxy's involvement, man. I think they should be involved in some way. But even so, I think there's an opportunity for NetherRealm to make a game that does not feel like a Mortal Kombat game. It actually feels like a really traditional 2D ass, almost Capcom-y game. And to be honest, even if they had that and it felt like the other games with a little spice of NetherRealm, I'm cool with that too, because Killer Instinct's a parody fighter. It always has been. There is nothing unique about KI. From KI 1 to KI 2, they are just pulling from shit. And it's just like, well, we'll just take the best things that all other fighting games do and some interesting things, and we'll just put our spin on it. That has been the DNA of Killer Instinct. That almost makes it unique in how ununique it is. In that perspective, I'm willing to let them rock. I'm actually very fascinated how that shit would be. So I'm not saying this is a possibility, but that is one of the most influential people on God's green earth that has ever been involved in fighting games talking about Killer Instinct.